Hello guys, and welcome back to Fox the Fox Report. We have less than 24 hours before we make our way back into the FA Cup tournament. Us, the defending champions of this competition, we go into the third round going up against Watford FC at the King Power Stadium. Now, for those of you who do not remember, we played Watford earlier this season at the King Power Stadium, where we thought from the start we're playing on the nice, green, clean pitch. However, 45 minutes later into the second half, a huge snowstorm just comes right on top of us. And the next thing you know, for those last 45 minutes, we're playing on snow. And those complications of playing on snow, with the ball being very slippery, you have to really have a firm ground or else you're going to be falling down. And yeah, it was just very complicated finishing off that match, but thankfully we got the 3 points. We defeated Watford 4-2 and we moved on. But now we play them once again in the FA Cup, where this time we have a very, very limited list of players with all the COVID, with the injuries, the Africa Cup of Nations. Like, we're missing players and we could definitely use all the help we can get. But also right now, Watford are making moves. They're signing 2 players. They signed 2 this week, and one stood out to me, and his name is Hassan Kamara. French-born Ivory Coast player coming from Nice, a left back, and honestly, he is the full package of a left back. He will run up and down the field, cause a strong attack, and really, he reminds me a lot like N'Golo Kante, except he's bigger, probably stronger, and yeah, full of stamina. So definitely a huge upgrade for Watford's defense as well as their attack. But I don't know if he'll be starting in this match in the FA Cup on Saturday, because he did just sign this week. He did train, and I don't know if it's at their best interest to have him start right away. So in my opinion, I think we will be having Danny Rose, a player who we're just hearing right now that he will be leaving Watford this January transfer window, probably due to the fact that Hassan Kamara has come in to fulfill his role. But Danny Rose really hasn't even been playing lately, and perhaps due to the fact that he's just not really performing well, not meeting the standards of Watford FC, which is why he will be leaving. But the first string usually for Watford was Adam Messina. However, he is out for the Africa Cup of Nations with the Moroccan team. So yeah, this might be the last appearance by Danny Rose in this FA Cup match for Watford. That is, unless he signs for a team between now and leading up to the match at the King Power Stadium. But besides that, players that we have to look out for in Watford is Emmanuel Dennis, Nigerian player who was supposed to go to the Africa Cup of Nations with Nigeria. However, apparently there was a confrontation between Watford and the Nigerian football team, where Watford say that he wasn't, Emmanuel Dennis wasn't called up in time, and since they were late when it came to calling up Emmanuel Dennis, Watford had more say and decided to keep him. So yeah, just there was a huge confrontation between those two, but at the end, Emmanuel Dennis will stay with Watford and be probably playing this match against Leicester City on Saturday. Now, he is a player who is just having sort of a great season so far. He has scored 5 goals in his last 7 appearances. He scored 1, I believe, against us, or at least he caused a penalty where he was inside the box. We gave him so much room, and then we have Wilfred Ndidi, who just fouls him inside the box, giving a penalty for Watford. And yeah, he's a player that you do not want to give much space to, because he will take advantage and he has an eye for goal. And just, yeah, that just has to be on the lookout, because he is very dangerous, that we need to definitely be sure that he is marked at all times. So, besides that, there is also João Pedro, a player, young, Brazilian, and he definitely has a lot of skill, in which he takes on just a lot of players. In that last match between Watford and Tottenham, he had a couple of great moments in the second half when he came on. So yeah, that is definitely another player that you do not want to give much space to, because he will use that to his advantage and just use the skill and quality that he possesses. Other than that, I think we just have to really just be on alert when it comes to just with those mistakes, because that match against Watford in the second half over at the King Power Stadium, where it was just pure snow. We were making silly mistakes. We had Castagna give the ball away to Dennis, where he pretty much, had a whole 1v1 with Cassius Schmeichel, and he scores, almost leading up to a tie between us and Watford. So basically those goals that were scored by Watford, our last encounter at the King Power Stadium, were because we just made many mistakes. We just were either out of position, we gave the ball away, we stuck our foot in just recklessly. So as long as we can just take care of those mistakes, I think we'll be good. Now, as far as our own problems go, we only have one striker available and only 4 defenders, first team players. No Vardy, no Daka, no Iheanacho, and I don't know what to do, but Ayoze Perez is our next option. And some people say it's deja vu because, we've been in this situation before where we had Ayoze Perez, and we could say that he really isn't effective up top. But these are desperate times, and frankly, he's going to have to start, and that goes to my formation that I think Brendan Rodgers will be playing with, and that is a 4-2-3-1. Kasper Schmeichel in goal. Our back 4 on the left side, Luke Thomas, Jannik Vestergaard in the middle with Harvey Nelson, the academy product that I've been mentioning. I think based off with the absences of Ndidi, who was fulfilling that role as center back, is no longer there because he's off with Africa Cup of Nations. No Soyuncu, no Daniel Amartey, no Johnny Evans. Like, we are just very, very limited with center backs, and I think this is the opportunity to try him out and see what he does. And on the right side, we have Timothy Castagna, who thankfully isn't injured and can fulfill that right back role. Now, our 2 defending midfielders on the left side, let's have Kieran Dewsbury-Hall. That's just, a no-brainer. He needs to be there. And on the right side, we'll have Hamza Chowdhury. I say this because we do have a game coming up after the Watford game, just 3 days after, going up against Everton at Goodison Park for the Premier League match that we have to make up. So I necessarily wouldn't put too many first-team starters in this match, at least not for the full 90 minutes. So I'd say let's have Tielemans on the bench and have him come on second half, and in the meantime we have Hamza Chowdhury, and let's see what he does. So our 3 attacking midfielders, on the left side we have Adam Lookman, and in the middle we have James Maddison, and on the right we have Harvey Barnes. So this is kind of very different as well. I want to have Harvey Barnes on the right side because let's see how he does. Lookman, we all know he is very preferred on the left side. He was very effective against Liverpool. So Harvey Barnes, let's see if there can be some sort of chemistry there between Harvey Barnes on the right and Lookman on the left, while Madison's in the middle. The last time Harvey Barnes played on the right side was back in 2018-19, I believe, against West Ham over at London Stadium, where we tied 2-2 and he scored a goal. So that was the last time Harvey Barnes played on the right side. And I mean, I don't know, it could work this time, it can't work, we'll have to see, but if there's an opportunity to try that out, it's this one. So let's have Harvey Barnes on the right, and of course up top is our only striker that we have available in the first team, and that is Ayoze Perez. So hopefully this can work out, hopefully he's effective, we'll have our fingers crossed, but these are desperate times in which we need all the help we can get. So we put him up top and we go with the 4-2-3-1. Let me know what your thoughts are on this formation. What formation you think would work better? Who should be playing? Who should be sitting out? Let me know everything. Leave it all in the comments, and I will look over it and respond to them. But at the moment, we are coming from a great victory that was up against Liverpool at the King Power Stadium, where we just outplayed them in that second half with Adam Lookman just doing what he does best, taking on players, using his pace, really faking out Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mo Salah, and just causing a great time at the King Power Stadium coming into a new year that is 2022. But that's all I have for this pre-match review of Leicester City versus Watford. Let's see what happens. Definitely Watford is not a team to joke with, especially when you make those mistakes, because like I said, they know how to take advantage of them, and they definitely will cause danger and perhaps score. But that's all I have. I'll see you next time for the post-match review of Leicester City versus Watford. Take care.